With your permission, sir, I initiate the proceedings of today's launch event. We have still two honorable ministers to join in for this launch event. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you all for joining the launch event of Resource Efficiency and Circular Economy Industry Coalition. We have with us His Excellency Shri Bhupender Yadav, Minister of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Government of India, and honorable ministers from Canada, European Union, France, Italy, Denmark, Mauritius, UAE, and Spain also going to join in. We all have dignitaries from 6 to G20 members and invited countries, as well as senior leadership from the industry. I extend greetings to all of you to the beautiful city of Chennai. As we commence today's proceedings, I invite Ms. Leena Nandan, Secretary, Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Government of India, and the G20 Chair for the Environment and Climate Sustainability Working Group to deliver the opening address. Over to you, ma'am.
Honorable Minister for Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Government of India, Excellencies, dignitaries on the dais, esteemed guests, representatives from industries, friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed a pleasure and a privilege to be here today at this very momentous occasion of the launch of the Industry Coalition on Resource Efficiency and Circular Economy. This is indeed a landmark, and this is a testimony to the commitment of the G20 countries, the invitee countries and international organizations to come out with a very distinct and specific outcome. And what better to represent the spirit of cooperation and collaboration than the launch of an industry coalition which would bring together not just knowledge, not just best practices and learnings, but technology co-development, mobilization of finance, and ultimately the economic benefits of circularity in various industries and enterprises across the world. We are indeed grateful to all the discussions and intensive deliberations that have taken place over the last few months of India's G20 presidency, which has resulted in today's very significant and momentous outcome. We have 39 founding members from corporates from across the world that are going to be part of this coalition, and we are certain that many would join. The sectors that this coalition represents at the moment are no less than 13, and these sectors too would undoubtedly expand into many, many more areas. So I would like to thank each one of you present, and I would like to specially thank all the dignitaries on the dais, these are the countries and these are the corporates from different countries that have come together, and we are waiting eagerly to listen to all the esteemed dignitaries and to be guided by their words of wisdom with respect to the industry coalition. Thank you once again.
Thank you, madam, for your remarks. Ladies and gentlemen, the moment has arrived to officially inaugurate the coalition. I now kindly request Honorable Minister Shri Bhupender Yadav sir to officially launching the coalition and unveiling its logo. May I request everyone's attention towards the screen for the unveiling of RECEIC logo.
In our pursuit for a sustainable future, India's G20 presidency has prioritized resource efficiency and circular economy. Today, we embark on an extraordinary endeavor the Resource Efficiency and Circular Economy Industry Coalition, RECEIC, a global, multi-sectoral and industry-led coalition. RECEIC has three guiding principles: partnerships for impact, technology cooperation, and finance for scale, and is committed to on-ground implementation, embracing the 6 R's of circularity. Presenting to you the official logo of RECEIC, a symbol of unity, ambition, and collective action. Introducing RECEIC's founding members, inspiring positive change towards a sustainable tomorrow. Welcome to RECEIC, a force for a more sustainable and circular future.
Thank you, sir. I will now invite Mr. Mahendra Kumar Singhi, CEO and MD Dalmia Cement Limited, as representative of RECEIC for his address.
Our climate leader, His Excellency, Shri Bhupendra Yadav ji, Excellencies and distinguished delegates, leaders from international organizations, and my fellow colleagues from the industry. Namaskar, happy evening, and welcome. I am honored for this wonderful opportunity to represent global RECEIC amongst all the high-level dignitaries present today. On behalf of global industry, I extend our heartfelt gratitude to the Indian presidency for taking the lead in prioritizing resource efficiency and circular economy, and to also G20 countries for giving birth to very strategic industries coalition. I'm thankful to you, Sir Yadav Sahab, for inaugurating this coalition. We are all aware that the challenges we face are enormous. Climate change, resource scarcity, and environmental degradation needs urgent action. The need for sustainability is no longer an option, but the necessity. We acknowledge the crucial role of industry in addressing these challenges, and private sector has been proactive in taking various initiatives and measures to promote resource efficiency and circular economy initiatives. In fact, their actions have brought sustainability and economic benefits also. Industry has been making efforts to be part of solution also. We have been actively engaged in the conversation around how we can collaborate around and how we can promote the renewable resource efficiency and circular economy in our businesses, and how it becomes part of our business strategy. Our internal consultations while working towards the coalition have been incredibly addressed these issues to create a win-win situation. Today, it marks the beginning of an extensive journey, and a lot of work lies ahead. We aim to develop a comprehensive roadmap and an annual work plan that aligns with the vision of RECEIC. In coming months, we all will be working closely with presently 39 members and more members to come, and then strategic framework will guide our collective efforts, ensuring that we stay on track towards our mission. We are committed to establishing a robust governance mechanism that enables seamless coordination and decision-making within RECEIC. To sustain our endeavors, we envision a self-sustaining financing model so as to make this organization more impactful and initiative. With the agreement of all industry members, ladies and gentlemen, we have made the decision to establish the secretariat at FICCI. We believe in the power of collaboration. Beyond coalition, we aspire to actively participate in other high-level events advocating for resource efficiency and circular economy. We have also striving to drive active engagement and participation of both founding and new members. We plan to collaborate with industry associations from G20 nations and beyond. We have rich experience of many Indian companies, including my own organization, Dalmia Bharat, that how collaboration on resource efficiency and circular economy created positive impact on sustainability and economics. On behalf of REC and EIC, I thank all excellencies and distinguished leaders for attending this launch event. Sir, your invaluable guidance and support are paramount in accomplishing our objectives. Together, we hold the power to shape a brighter and more sustainable future for generations to come. We truly believe in philosophy of one earth, one family, and one future. And ladies and gentlemen, this has been very well showcased by our G20 presidency this year also. Let us join hands and work collaboratively to propel REC-EIC towards a cleaner and greener industry, as also for more sustainable future. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and let us work towards cleaner and greener world. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I now invite Mr. Kobayashi Izuru, Deputy Director General for Technology and Environment, Ministry of Economy, Trade and Industry, Japan, to deliver address.
Well, His Excellency Mr. Bhavendra Yadav, the Ministry of Environment, Forestry, and Climate Change, Excellencies, distinguished participants, on behalf of the Minister of Economy, Trade and Industry, His Excellency Mr. Yasutoshi Nishimura, I would like to address a speech. First, let me convey our Minister's deep gratitude for the efforts of the Government of India, the G20 presidency, and the Indian industry's efforts in establishing the RECEIC. We deeply welcome the launch of RECEIC, an industry-led resource recycling initiative. Enhancing resource efficiency and shifting to circular economy will contribute to both solving environmental challenges such as climate change, waste problem, and resource constraints, and also economic growth. We believe that it is crucial to cooperate with industries to contribute to a circular economy, and RECEIC can play a very important role in enhancing such cooperation. We are proud that we have 4 Japanese companies as founding members of RECEIC. They are Amita Holdings, DCTA, GS Alliance, and Kai Corporation. We are pleased that these 4 Japanese companies, jointly with the Indian companies and many companies from other parts of the world, will contribute to the promotion of the circular economy, not only in Japan, but also in the world. Again, we are grateful for the initiative of the Indian presidency and look forward to the future activities of the founding members towards the realization of the real circular economy. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I now invite Mr. Kavidas Ramano, Honorable Minister for Environment, Solid Waste Management and Climate Change, Mauritius, for his address.
Chairperson, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, all protocols observed. On behalf of the Government of Mauritius, I would like to sincerely thank the Government of India for the invitation as well as hospitality extended to Mauritius and our delegates to participate as a guest country in this G20 event. We feel privileged to be amongst you today for the launching of the Resource Efficiency and Circular Economy Industry Coalition. The establishment of the coalition is indeed a great accomplishment, as it is the fruit of discussions which started in previous G20 meetings. Excellencies, resource efficiency and circular economy have great potential for enhancing competitiveness and economic growth, managing resources sustainability, and creating jobs while reducing emissions. This can be the solutions to the numerous crises faced by the planet and resulting in economic, environmental, and social issues. This coalition will enable attaining best results and will contribute to stepping up activities to achieve a more sustainable, resource-efficient, and circular economy. The coalition will contribute to advance global resource efficiency and circular economy goals by fostering greater collaboration, cooperation, building advanced capabilities, mobilizing finance and knowledge sharing. It is envisaged to accelerate the implementation of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development and its Sustainable Development Goals, and other internationally agreed goals on climate, biodiversity, and other sectors. I must say that the objectives of the coalition reflects the spirit and motto of this G20 meetings, that is, Vasudev Kutumbakam, one earth, one family, one future. We can achieve great strides in environmental protection, resource efficiency, and circular economy by joining forces and having common targets. That is, be it as developing country, SIDS, and others. Excellencies, I can proudly say that Mauritius is fully aware that transitioning to a circular economy is no longer a choice, but a necessity. In this connection, and thanks to the support of the European Union and the United Nations Environment Programme, Mauritius has developed its roadmap and action plan on circular economy for the next decade. To support the transition to a circular economy in Mauritius, 80 actions have been identified in the priority focus areas: agri-food, construction and real estate, consumer goods, mobility and logistics, and waste management, as well as in cross-cutting areas such as governance, education, awareness raising, research and development, business support, public procurement, and greening of fiscal policies and financing. About 26 million USD must be mobilized during the next 10 years to create this circular economy enabling framework. One of the recommendations of the roadmap on circular economy for the Republic of Mauritius is the setting up of a business support institution to provide technical support, advisory training, seed grants, and demonstration of best practices in the area of circular economy to businesses. In conclusion, we look forward to the leadership of the G20 on resource efficiency and circular economy in promoting sustainable consumption and production patterns, eliminating waste and pollution, and ensuring circularity in products and materials. It is also hoped that this leadership in resource efficiency and circular economy will also help in addressing global challenges such as plastics, microplastics, nanoplastics, and other transboundary issues like chemicals and waste affecting small island developing states. With these words, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for your attention.
Thank you, sir. I now invite Mr. Dan Jørgensen, Honorable Minister for Development Policy, Denmark, for his address.
Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, let me start by saying what a great pleasure it is to be back here in India with you, my friend Minister. But also, I would like to acknowledge the great leadership of India in the global green transition. And this G20 meeting is certainly a testament to that. Thank you for inviting Denmark. As most of you probably know, we are not really part of the 20 biggest economies in the world, far from it, but we are very proud to have been invited because this topic that we're discussing here today, but also the general topic of this ministerial that will be held today and tomorrow, is we are a country that has gone through a green transformation that started in the 1970s. Now, when that started, it wasn't called green. And nobody really talked about environment, certainly not climate change. What happened was there was a global oil crisis, an energy crisis. So we decided as a country that maybe it was time for us to become independent of imported energy. How did we do it? By starting to produce renewable energy, but also by starting to become much more energy efficient. And that meant that we started a transformation that has led to us today having had a substantial economic growth. If we look at our economy from 1990 until today, we have doubled the size of our economy, but we've reduced our emissions by 50%. Now, this is good news because it shows you that fighting climate change, having a more sustainable production in your country, is not something that will hurt your competitiveness. It's not something that will make you a less well-off country or industry. Actually, it's the opposite. Because you force yourself to develop new technologies, you force yourself to use more rational solutions, and if you're smart about it, you will also develop technology and products that others will use and buy. So, my point is, the new green future that the planet needs to fight climate change and to deliver better results on biodiversity is not something that will hurt the development of developing countries. It is not something that will hurt the competitiveness of countries that are today very dependent on fossil fuels if done the right way. If done the right way, it will do the exact opposite. Remember, the cheapest energy is the energy that you do not use. And when you can manage to introduce systems and develop systems where not only do you save your energy, sometimes you will use it several times, that can really make you more competitive. Let me give you just one concrete example of something that is developing right now. I think most countries represented here today will, at least at some level, be thinking about what to do about hydrogen in the future, because hydrogen will be a major part of our economies. And one of the problems with hydrogen is that if you take, for instance, renewables, transform that into hydrogen via an electrolyzer, there's a big waste of energy. Now, that is a problem in a world where we don't have an abundance of energy. It's also a problem for costs, of course. But imagine if you can reduce that waste, and not only reduce it, but also use the excess energy, the heat, different ways. In Denmark, the way we're doing it is that in our electrolyzer factories, they will be connected to the district heating systems of the cities where they're placed. So the electrolyzer will transform the energy coming from the offshore wind. There'll be some excess heat that'll be put into the homes of people heating their homes. This is just one concrete example of what you can do to create a better business case for a new technology. Now, let me finish my short introduction here by again thanking our Indian hosts. Denmark has a green strategic partnership with India. In 2020, Denmark and India established this with Prime Minister Modi and Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen from Denmark. Prime Minister Modi was very kind. He said, Denmark has the skills, India has the scale. Now, I don't like to disagree with the Honorable Prime Minister, but I do think that he was a little bit wrong, because India certainly also has the skills. So it would be more correct to say that India and Denmark and many other countries, many of them here, has the skills that is necessary. If we work together, we can also manage to get it up in scale and down in price. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. I now invite Ms. Vanya Gava, Honorable Vice Minister for Environment and Energy Security, Italy, for her address.
Thank you. First of all, thank you for this important event today, for inviting me, and I think it's very important day today. The decoupling of research and use and environmental impact for economic activity and human well-being is an essential element in our transition to a sustainable future. As the G20, we are ready to contribute to the achievement of the sustainable development, as well as to address climate change, biodiversity loss, land degradation, and pollution. We believe that innovation, design, manufacturer-enabled repair, reuse, and high-quality recycling can help efficient use of resources, minimizing waste and emissions, regenerate ecosystems, and create sustainable, social, and inclusive business model. A circular economy can help also manufacturers identify, plan, enact, and improve sustainable strategies to reduce their environmental footprints. Manufacturers may optimize the existing tools and supply options, identify ways to keep material active, increase transparency, and transform renewable feedstocks. The circular economy is not just positive for environment. Businesses that have embraced the model are benefiting through cost and tax reduction, energy and resource saving, higher valuation, growth through new products, and favorable consumer and investor goodwill toward their brands. However, adopting a circular economy model is not an easy process for a company, and it can require a multi-year transformation. We are ready to go down this path together. On the one side, the Italian government supports the transition of company towards circular models with incentives for technological innovation and tax credit for the use of the recycled materials. The Italian Recovery and Resilience National Plan provides for an investment of 600 million euro to build innovative plants for the treatment and the recycling of waste from strategic supply chains. On the other side, international exchange and cooperation can make important contribution to achieving a systemic change. In this framework, we welcome the resource efficiency and circular economy industrialization, which have a confident will help increase also industry participation in the circular economy. We reiterate our support for future involvement in the G20 resource efficiency dialogue, and we are ready to stimulate the dialogue with national private sector industrial association to promote their active participation in this initiative. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. I now invite Mr. Stephen Guilbeault, Honorable Minister for Environment and Climate Change, Canada, for his address.
Thank you. Merci. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm happy to join you here in Chennai. We live in a fast world that tends to focus on all things new technologies, new ideas, new discoveries. But today, I want to talk about something that does not get enough attention. I want to talk about waste, wasted resources, wasted public subsidies, wasted time. Given the scale of the triple global crises, climate change, biodiversity loss, and pollution, we truly have no time left to waste. I'd like to congratulate my friend, Minister Yadav, and the Indian government on the launch of the Resource Efficiency and Circular Economy Industry Coalition. We understand the importance of resource efficiency and building a smarter, more circular economy. In Canada, we recognize that the take, make, and waste way of doing business is no longer viable. This is putting pressure on our natural systems, our communities, and public health. On the long term, this approach will just make us poorer, pollute our waters, impact the health of people and ecosystems. This is unnecessary pressure. The reality is, as we celebrate here, markets are evolving. Yes, there are technological breakthroughs happening, but so much can be done simply by being smarter and more efficient about the activities we are already doing, being less wasteful. And that smart action can grow the economy, create good jobs, and help ensure a more sustainable future for everyone. That is why Canada is taking action. I mentioned wasteful public subsidies because Canada has just published a public framework to phase out inefficient fossil fuel subsidies 2 years before the 2025 deadline set by the G7. In a time of climate crisis, the Government of Canada will only support energy projects that reduce emissions, and we encourage other oil and gas producing nations like us to follow suit. But my main focus today is to describe how Canada is encouraging resource efficiency approaches to build a circular economy, such as banning the manufacture, import, and sale of 6 single-use plastic items and requiring certain plastic products to contain at least 50% of recycled content by 2030. Beyond our borders, Canada is continuing to drive ambition towards a more circular economy. We're a founding member of the Global Plastic Action Partnership, as well as several other initiatives such as the Global Alliance on Circular Economy and Resource Efficiency and the G7 Alliance on Resource Efficiency. And as an inaugural member of the High Ambition Coalition to End Plastic Pollution, we support the coalition's call to restrain plastic consumption and production to sustainable levels to enable a circular economy for plastics. We've also delivered $100 million to address plastic pollution in developing countries, spark innovation to beat plastic pollution, and support innovative private-public partnerships. As you know, it's not just about plastic waste. It's about transforming economies from a culture of overconsumption towards more circular and sustainable approaches such as recycling, repair, and reuse. It's about helping to decouple global economic growth from natural resource use, decrease environmental degradation, and improve energy efficiency. I would like to join others here today in applauding India for its launch of the Resource Efficiency and Circular Economy Industry Coalition. Thank you. Merci.
Thank you, sir. I now invite Mr. Christophe Béchu, Honorable Minister for the Ecological Transition and Territorial Cohesion, France, for his address.
Excellencies, I first wish to thank the Indian G20 presidency for hosting us in such an impressive place and for the hard work done on environment and climate issues so far. In particular, I am grateful for the efforts aiming at promoting circular economy. It is important for the achievement of sustainable development and to contribute significantly to sustainable consumption and production. I am also happy that the presidency addressed in the environment track extended producer responsibility schemes which are widely implemented in France and contribute to the application of the polluter pays principle. The Indian G20 presidency leadership is also translated into the creation of this new business coalition on resource efficiency and circular economy, which will help in progressing on this matter. This is why I'm happy to be present today with some French company working on increasing the circularity and transparency of their value chains by enabling the sharing of best practices and working together in this coalition. I am strongly confident that it will contribute to reducing our ecological footprint. I also believe that cooperation between the public and the private sector will benefit both, and I thank the presidency offering to enable a dialogue between the coalition and the technical experts of G20 governments. Since this industrial coalition will firstly focus on plastics in particular, I think it can provide some inputs for the current international negotiation process towards a global, legally binding instrument by 2024 to end plastic pollution based on a life cycle approach. To reach this ambitious goal, we will indeed need the involvement of all stakeholders, including industries, to make sure that the instrument can be quickly and effectively implemented. So, I wish fruitful discussion and result to the Resource Efficiency and Circular Economy Coalition to contribute to a more circular economy. Thank to all of you to be here today, but almost to work strongly in following days, weeks, and months to create this Resource Efficiency Coalition. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. I now invite Mr. Virginius Sinquicius, Honorable Commissioner for Environment, Oceans and Fisheries, EU, for his address.
Thank you. Dear colleagues, ministers, Minister Yadav, ladies and gentlemen. It's, of course, my pleasure and privilege to be here with you. And EU is fully committed to a climate-neutral, nature-positive, resource-efficient circular economy. In its 2019 Global Resources Outlook, the UN's International Resource Panel produced one amazing figure, which we should never forget. Their calculations showed that 90% of the impacts on biodiversity and water, roughly half greenhouse gas emissions, and 1/3 of the impacts on human health are linked to one thing: our extraction and processing of material resources. So that means biomass and food, minerals and metals, and fossil fuels. It also means a challenging answer, that if we want to solve the triple crisis of climate, biodiversity, and pollution, we have to take far less from nature. We have to use what we take far more effectively, use it for longer, and change our approach to waste. A circular economy where resources are used more efficiently is our only future. It is our only hope for keeping humanity's footprint within a safe operating space for natural resource use. And going circular, what's most important, makes sense for the environment, for the economy, and for society. And we can prove it in multiple examples on the ground, which I also had already chances to see by starting my visit earlier here in India, in Delhi. And I truly think that with launch today, we will continue to spread those examples, implement them on the ground across the planet. What's most important, that this initiative and circular economy is always well accepted for business, because it's good for business. It first of all helps deliver responses to price stability. It secures access to raw materials by tapping into waste stream, and it makes business more resilient to climate change. So I very much look forward to the contribution of the Resource Efficiency and Circular Economy Industry Coalition to green production practices and support for sustainable consumption. And let me conclude by, from the bottom of my heart, thanking India and Minister Yadav in particular for their commitment toward this essential transition. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. It is my honor to invite Shri Bhupender Yadav, sir, to deliver the keynote address.
On the dais, His Excellency Virginius Sinquachis, Honorable European Commissioner for Environment, His Excellency Christophe Fichu, Honorable Minister of Ecological Transition and Territorial Chosen France, Honorable Excellency Stephen Gilbert, Minister of Environment and Climate Change Canada, Honorable Ms. Vanya Gava, Vice Minister, Ministry of Environment and Energy Security, Italy, Excellency Dean Jogerson, my friend Minister for Development, Cooperation and Minister for Global Climate Policy, Denmark, Honorable Excellency Kavyadas Ramano, Minister of Environment, Solid Waste Management and Climate Change, Mauritius. Not here, but he went for the bilateral, Dr. Sultan Ahmed Al-Zabeir, COP28 President Designate and Minister of Industry and Advanced Technology, United Arab Emirates. On this occasion, here the presence of Honorable Excellency Dr. Mr. Osmana, Deputy Minister of Environment, Saudi Arabia, Excellencies, delegates, esteemed leaders from international organizations, Chief Executive Officers and industry members. Let me begin by extending a warm welcome to all esteemed guests gathered in the city of Chennai for the 4th Environment Climate Sustainability Working Group and Ministerial Meeting. I take pride in extending my deepest appreciation to all of you on this momentous occasion, the launch of Resource Efficiency and Circular Economy Industry Coalition. Amongst the critical challenges of climate change, biodiversity loss, and pollution, we find ourselves at a pivotal moment, a movement that holds the potential to ignite action and introduce sustainable solutions that will safeguard the well-being of our planet and future generations. This has also present us with an opportunity to catalyze positive change and usher in a new era of sustainable development. Resource efficiency and circular economy strategies present compelling solutions to address the challenges of resource scarcity and imperative of equitable and sustainable development. Embracing a circular economy model enables us to transition from the linear take, make, waste paradigm and embrace a more sustainable and regenerative approach. These strategies optimize resource utilization, minimize waste, and create an inclusive and balanced approach to economic growth, social progress, and environmental stewardship. In pursuit of our shared goals, this industry-led coalition on resource efficiency and circular economy has a potential to emerge as a pivotal phase. By working together, the industry can transform aspirations into concrete action, and I am sure that RECEIC will serve as a catalyst to facilitate partnership, foster technological collaborations, and knowledge exchange, nurturing innovation and share learning for assessing finance. RECIC will be a stepping stone to advance the collective effort to accelerate resource efficiency and circular economy at an unprecedented scale. I would like to take this opportunity to extend my heartfelt appreciation for the remarkable efforts put forth by the Presidency and the G20 Environment and Climate Sustainability Working Group over the past few months to ideate and conceptualize this forum, transforming it from a vision to reality. I also want to express my sincere gratitude for overwhelmingly positive response and proactive participation received from the industry. It gives me great pleasure to congratulate to the 39 founding members of RECEIC for their commitment and willingness to step forward and join this coalition. The founding members represent a diverse array of cooperation, ranging from global multinational giants to startups and small and medium enterprises, covering a wide spectrum of industries from manufacturing to waste collection and the recycling. It is true testament to inclusive nature of RECEIC that we have members from various countries, guided by the expertise and strategic direction of the interim steering committee. We are confident that RECEIC will lay a solid foundation for the implementation of successful initiative in the future. Today we come together representing diverse nations, organizations, cultures, and perspectives with a shared commitment to secure a sustainable future for our planet. The theme of India's G20 presidency, Vasudev Kutumbakam, One Earth, One Family, One Future, strengthens the spirit of this philosophy and with an intention to foster collaboration across all levels. Let us make this opportunity with open heart and open minds. I would like to conclude by expressing my utmost gratitude to all those, especially my colleague ministers, excellencies, and those who are present here, and those who have joined us today and committed to being a part of remarkable coalition. Your dedication and determination give me hope for a brighter, greener, and more sustainable future. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now I invite the representatives from our esteemed coalition founding members to join with the signed RECEIC foundational charter in the front of the stage for a photo session. Ladies and gentlemen, let us have a huge round of applause for the industry founding members of the Resource Efficiency and Circular Economy Industry Coalition. I request all the dignitaries to kindly proceed to their respective seats as we move to the last part of this event. I now invite Shri Naresh Pal Gangwar, Additional Secretary, Ministry of Environment and Forest, to deliver the vote of thanks. Sir. Sir, please.
फोटो में